Okay, welcome. This is Science, Technology, and Society, and I am your professor for this subject for the whole of the semester. My name is Michael Jomar Isan, and it's a privilege for me to be your instructor and be able to share what I know about the subject. So, without further ado, let's begin our first meeting where we will just simply be talking about some of the preliminaries. And for starters, let me just first introduce myself so that you can know a little bit about your faculty in charge or your professor. So again, my name is Michael Jomar Isan and I graduated from my BS Biology major in genetics at UP Los Baños. After graduating from my BS, I continued with my master's in genetics, minor in biochemistry at UP Los Baños as well. I took also my Master of Divinity in Cavite and later took my certificate of teaching proficiency at LSPU Los Baños. Presently, I am taking my PhD in education, major in biology education at UP Open University. I teach three levels of students: senior high school, college, and graduate students. And for college, I have taught several subjects such as genetics, cell and molecular biology, general biology, and several others, including earth sciences, physics subjects, and astronomy. In senior high school, I taught about physical science, research in daily life 1 and 2, practical research, and introduction to world religion and belief. And for the graduate studies, I teach special topics in physics, environmental science, current trends in science, and technology. Uh, I am a licensed professional teacher, placing seventh in the 2017 licensure exam for teachers. And presently, I am also a DUST-SEI scholar in my PhD studies. Now, for the preliminaries of our class, we will be discussing about the course description, the course schedule, course objectives, course outline, the calendar, textbook, grading scheme, and also house rules. So this will help us in order to have a high grades for this semester. Now let's begin with the first topic online. So what is STS all about? Well, STS is a course that deals with interactions between science and technology and social, cultural, political, and economic contexts that shape and are shaped by them. As we already know, science and technology are affected by several aspects in the world, inclusive of social, cultural, and political economic context. But not only that, even this context affects science and technology back. This interdisciplinary course engage students to confront the realities brought about by science and technology in society. Such realities pervade the personal, the public, and the global aspects of our living and are integral or important to human development. Scientific knowledge and technological development happen in the context of society with all its socio-political, cultural, economic, and philosophical underpinnings at play. So that's a load of words, but simply stated, uh, science and technology and society is a very important subject because it affects our lives, as we will be discussing next week in our first meeting. Furthermore, this course seeks to instill reflective knowledge in the students, in you, that you may be able to live the good life and display ethical decision making in the face of scientific and technological advancement. This course includes mandatory topics on climate change and also environmental awareness. So hopefully by the end of our semester, you will be able to know what the good life is in relation to science and technology, and even you are equipped to make decisions that are ethical in the face of the advancement brought about by science and technology. Now, for our course schedule, if this is a face-to-face class, we will be meeting Wednesday at 3 in the afternoon and also Thursday at 9:30 in the morning. But since because of the pandemic, we are not able to see each other face-to-face, our mode of study in our class would be flexible learning. In other words, there will be times that we will have a synchronous online meeting, maybe through Zoom or through Google Meet, and then we'll also be. But for the rest of the semester, most of our times you will just be doing your activities asynchronously, which means that you will be doing this in your own time and in your own pace. What is important is that you are able to finish your requirements, finish your activities, and submit them on time. Although I will not be really that strict in the submission of your requirements, but you have to make sure that before the midterm exam and also the final examination, you should be submitting your requirements because it will be important for you to study again all of your materials in preparation for this examination. So you will just be studying in our class at your own pace, at your own time, and we will be having maybe mm, at times online meetings when it is really necessary. Now, after discussing about our course schedule, we talk about the course objectives. There are three objectives for our course. Number one is to develop critical thinking of the facts, concepts, and theories in STS. So you are expected to have critical thinking or use critical thinking in all the aspects of our study. Number two, another objective of our class is for you to express ideas and opinions regarding STS. That is why in your papers, in your reflections, and even the uh, discussions that we'll be having, you are expected to share your ideas and your ideas on how to improve the quality of lives among the communities. The third objective that we have for our class is for you to manifest appreciation of the importance and application or of application of the concepts in STS. So hopefully by the end of the semester, you will appreciate how critical and how integral important is STS in the different aspects not only of our personal lives but also in the life of our country, in the life of our present situation. So with that course objectives, we now proceed with the course outline. Our semester is divided into 18 meetings. So we have 18 weeks for our STS, and these 18 weeks are divided into four modules. The first module, as you can see here, would be the general concepts and STS historical development. So there are several units here. Some of this will be including the introduction to STS, looking at the historical antecedents or the history of STS, and several others. Module 2 will look at the STS and the human condition. So that's why technology as a way of revealing human flourishing in progress and dead development, when technology and humanity cross, and why does the future not need us? Does the future really not need us? So that's the question that is interesting to answer. Module 3 will be about specific issues in STS, and Module 4 would be the second part of those specific issues in STS. Module 3 and Module 4 will include or will cover information age, biodiversity, GMOs, the nano world, gene therapy, and climate change and the energy crisis. So this is what you're going to be expecting to study and to understand for the whole of the semester that we have. Now, after the course outline, this is the course calendar simply shows you the expected output or the expected things we will cover on those particular dates. But please take note what is important here for me to point out is that on the ninth week, we will be having our midterm examination. So I mentioned a while ago that the submission of the requirements is not real. I'm not really strict in the submission of the requirements, but you have to make sure that before the midterm examination, you will be finishing all of your requirements and I will have them in my hands so that I can return them to you and you will be able to study in preparation for the midterm exam using all of those checked requirements. In addition to that, so the ninth week, we will be having our midterm examination. Also, on the 18th week, we will have the following. We will have the final examination, and also the submission of your research paper and video. Later on, we'll be talking about how you will be graded in our subject. But take note, one of the important requirements will be a research paper and video. As we have discussed previously, you will be grouped, or you will be partner. You will have find a partner, and then you will make your own research, then your research paper, and then a video of your report on that research paper that you have made. So I would be expecting that you will be submitting all of these requirements by the 18th week, the week of February 15 and 19. And both of you, you will be speaking, or you will be doing the research and doing the recording, the video, uh, with you and your partner.